Hello fellow Star Wars fans, my name is Starrapter. I'm so happy and excited to review, spoiler-free of course, Star Wars Shadowfall. This is the second book in the Star Wars Alphabet Squadron Trilogy written by Alexander Freed. Freed also wrote books such as Battlefront Twilight Company, as well as Rogue One, a Star Wars story adaptation. So this book picks up a couple weeks after the events of Alphabet Squadron. We follow the characters of Alphabet Squadron. They are Yrica Quell, they are Nath Tansent, Will Lark, Kairos, as well as Chasno Chaddock, and we are still dealing with the aftermath of what happened at the end of Alphabet Squadron. There was a huge battle over Pandem Nye and Shadow Wing, who are these collection of ace Imperial pilots that are the remnant force of what happens after the end of the Battle of Endor. They have lost at Pandem Nye, this refueling station that they had set up. Their commander, grandmother, was killed, and then out of the woodwork, one of their previous commanders, his name is Major Soren Kais. He has resurfaced, and this book really is a lot about him. And what I like about the story is it goes back and forth between his point of view as the leader of a squadron of underdogs. That's right, guys. We are talking about what makes this series so interesting, this trilogy of books, is that the New Republic at this time is very big in power. They are the dominant force, and they are kind of forcing out the remnants of the Empire, who are the underdogs. So it's a complete flip of what happens during the Galactic Civil War, which is what really interests me in this book. So this story, without giving too much away for you guys, revolves around a smaller scale battle, right? It's kind of like a microcosm of what has happened across the galaxy with the aftermath of the Empire and with the death and the demise of Darth Vader and Emperor Palpatine. You have the Imperials trying to hold on to what they have. And there's this large conflict on this planet named Troith. And on this planet is when we see Shadow Wing and we see Alphabet Squadron going at it once again. And what leads to a very, very satisfying sequel. This book was a second book in a trilogy, and even Alexander Freed kind of takes inspiration from The Empire Strikes Back. We have our main characters like Yrica Quell, she gets separated. Then we have Chasno Chaddock, she gets separated. Kairos gets separated. You have Nath Tansent and you have Will Lark, they go out on another mission. So all these characters are separated, and we have all the groundwork laid for these characters in book 1 of Alphabet Squadron. So in book 2, it's go, go, go. There is no kind of, oh, let's wait here and have all this dialogue, because these characters are in a state of battle this entire time. The stakes are so high. At any given moment, a character could die. Like, there's so much riding in the tension of this book, and it's all because of the characters that were developed so well in the first book and then are even developed furthermore in this. I will name a couple of characters. First off, I really liked the character of Colonel Soren Kais. This character was kind of like an undercover sleeper cell who gets almost like activated, not really activated, but he becomes the leader of Shadow Wing after the demise of Grandmother. It's up to him, but here's the thing, he's not your ordinary Imperial. This character has other kind of motivations. He's morally gray. He doesn't exactly fight for the Empire, but he wants vengeance upon all his comrades being killed previously in the other book. So it's all about him building up power and questioning what his job is as a commander of a remnant Imperial squad. Should he be fighting with these other Imperials? Should he be tagging along with them? Or should he be fighting his own battles, just trying to survive? I really appreciated that. Then we have the character of Yrica Quell. And this character used to be an Imperial. Remember, she was flying during Operation Cinder. She's got a lot of guilt. She's lying to her squad mates about what her role was in Operation Cinder. And this is biting at her soul the entire time of this book. And that ends up having so much more tension, again, built up in this character. You have Chasno Chaddock, who is also going through some seriously crazy past that gets revealed in this, which lends itself so well to Star Wars and goes into new territory for Star Wars. I can go on and on and on, because each one of these characters has something to get excited about. And the pacing throughout this story of going between the characters of Alphabet Squadron and what is happening in their inner psyche is really gratifying for me. It's really nice to actually see that come to pass. And this is before I'm even going to talk about how awesome Freed is at writing war. Now, I loved what he's done in Alphabet Squadron. I love what he did in Twilight Company, and of course the Rogue One adaptation. This guy writes war like we've never seen it in Star Wars before. Let me tell you, man, from the ships going around, the starfighters going around, to what's going on with the infantry, to what's going on from the commander's point of view, he's got every base covered. This reminded me at certain points of Rogue One, a Star Wars story, during that third act at the Battle of Scarif. He's writing on that level for me. It's amazing to see the morality that's involved with having things come up like civilians. Oh, they should have these people evacuate. Like stuff like that is so much in our real world that is coming into play with Star Wars, which adds that much more flavor to it, that much more important to what is going on with the repercussions of war here. It is spectacular to see what is going on, to see that tug of war between these two factions. I loved seeing the jumping off point between the characters, and especially in battles when they're having one character flying in a starfighter, another character on the ground. He just proficient when he writes this kind of thing. There's darker sides of the story that involve cults, which we haven't really seen in Star Wars up to this point. So that was something I really liked seeing. And the planet of Troith. This is a planet that at one point used to be the capital of the Republic before the Coruscant took it over. It's a planet that is in a system called Cerberon. Cerberon does not have any kind of star in its system, so there's actually a singularity, like a sort of black hole, which is almost like its sun. There is said to be in a description for Troith, because Freed just does an amazing job of describing what this faraway place that we've never seen in any kind of Star Wars medium looks like. He has like these solar things that are keeping the sunlight for the people to know what time of day it is. It is a metropolis. There's pretty much buildings on like, it seems like at least 50% of the planet. So this planet is the primary focus and the location of this story, and I think it's an amazing job that Freewood is able to write this planet with so much depth and nuance to actually make me imagine it pretty clearly in my mind that this planet should be in some kind of Star Wars animation, live action TV, or movie at some point down the road. I cannot wait to see that happen. Hopefully someday, and it's got a lot of potential. As for negatives, I really don't have a lot, guys. Honestly, this book is one of the best Star Wars books ever written, and I don't say that lightly. If you guys have been following me on this channel here, you know that I love reading Star Wars, and I've pretty much read every Star Wars canon novel up to this point, so I kind of like to think that I hopefully know what I'm talking about, and I know what I like and I know what I don't like. And what I can say is that this book is absolutely amazing, and everybody that is a fan of the wars part of Star Wars should definitely check that out. With that being said, I give Star Wars Shadowfall a score of a 9.5 out of 10. I know there's some of you out there that probably have tried to read Alphabet Squadron and maybe thought that it wasn't your cup of tea. For whatever reason, I invite you to come back and read Shadowfall, because I think this book is super important. I didn't even go over the details that kind of interlace itself into other Star Wars stories we've seen, such as Aftermath and the upcoming video game Star Wars Squadrons. Big important things that happen in this book kind of reverberate to those other things, and I'm just all here for it. I'm so excited. This book had moments where I literally threw the book down and pretty much like cheered and clapped, because there was heroic moments like that that I live for when it comes to Star Wars, and I don't say that lightly. There were moments that last sentence that's spoken, or written, I should say, in this book, it was a mic drop moment that I was so excited. I was like, I need book 3 right now, and for a book to have me react that way is something truly special. So for more on Star Wars Shadowfall, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, because I will be putting out more content related to this book, and I will be talking about more with Star Wars Squadrons and other Star Wars things on the channel. So make sure you are subscribed to this channel. Let me know in the comment section down below, have you started reading Star Wars Shadowfall? Let's talk about it there. That is going to do it for me, Starrapter. Thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you always. Thanks for checking out the video. Please hit that thumbs up symbol. It helps me know that I'm making content that you guys enjoy. And if you enjoyed this video, I also include 2 videos down below you guys should check out. And please consider subscribing to this channel. It helps support me, and it notifies you guys of when I get new videos up on the channel. You can also contact me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Starrapter.